Children, we are back with our data frame, and under data frame we were discussing with our different kinds of joining techniques. The first one was concat, which was easy to understand, and the second one was merge, and from here we started the first example. The three data frames already created, df1, df2, df3, you have to keep this in your mind when I code the next example. That means it would be nice if you copy down this into your notebook or a paper when you analyze each example which I am explaining now. Okay, so the first one was simple merge, where I have df1 and df2 which I explained in the previous class. So I am not going further into that. I am moving on with onwards to the next one, that is your merge 2. Now, what was in merge 2? This also I explained. df1, df3 had only certain data values common, and the common data values were displayed like this. This is the area where we stopped, and that was based on the column B. Now, we have to discuss a lot about this section where we are joining with our df1 and df3. But before we discuss the other aspects of joining with df1, df3, I am going to show you one more, that is merge 3. In merge 3, I am using df2 and df3 and on the basis of column C. Now, before I show you the output, let's just watch what is inside our df2 and df3. Okay, this is your df2, this is your df3, this two, okay, which I am right now selecting. Okay, df2, df3. And there is a column called as C, but you can see none of the data values are same. So even though we are trying to merge with the data values under the column C, with the help of the third statement which I have written over here, the output will be like this: empty data frame. None of the data values of column C are matching with df2 and df3. So merging will not take place, but no error will come. That is the main point to be discussed. It is going to show you, it is going to display this message saying that empty data frame, and of course the column name is given. See that all the columns under df2 and df3 is given. So even though we try to merge like this, where the columns data values are not matching, no error will come. That is the point to be discussed with your example of third example of merge 3. Now coming back to merge 2, that is our second example. This one. Okay. Now you might have already guessed that merge is a function, and that inside that function always we can pass 2 or more data frames. So that's the first and the second argument and so on. And the third argument is the column name based on which the merging has to be done, correct? Now, you have to be very clear that the column name has to be same. Now, imagine that the column name is not same. That is, there is no B for 2 data frames on the basis of which you are trying to merge, or there is no column called as A. In one column, you are trying to give A in capital, and another one, that is in the data frame 1, you are trying to give the column as capital A, and data frame 2 you are trying to give the column name as small a. That means the parameter on will merge the left data frame. That means here in the example df1 and the right data frame, that is df2, which has common data values. By chance, if you have given totally 2 different column names also, we can do the merging. That time on has to be expanded. On has to be expanded in the sense you have to write on as left underscore on, and there you have to give the name of the column name which you have given in your first data frame, this df1, which we call it as the left data frame, and right underscore on, that is the corresponding name of the column which you have given for your second data frame. That means on is expanded and divided into 2 different subcategories, left underscore on and right underscore on. Left underscore on will take the column name of data frame 1, and right underscore on will take the column of data frame 2, where The column names are different, but remember they should have the same data values as we have done in our first merge 1. So when you take down this as notes and try it out, you have to try each of this example. It is very important before the doubt clarification. You have to go through this by trying it out by yourself. Otherwise, there won't be actually any doubt, because without trying you will not understand anything. So merging is progressing, okay? So DF1, DF2 trial is over, where suppose you have two different column names, you can still merge with left underscore on and right underscore on. Okay, proceeding further. So you have this one and that's finished. Now we move on to next category. There you are introduced with something called as how. How is a new attribute. That is, apart from on, you can even have another attribute called as how inside merge. Now what is happening is, I have introduced 4 different examples with our second merge example. That means 4 different categories of merging with the second merge 2, where you had our DF1 and then DF3. So I have put that DF1 and DF3 here once again with our DF1 as aqua color background, and this one as a light green, dark green background. Okay. Now what is how do? What exactly is how going to do? Now how is going to take 4 different kinds of parameters. Already there is a default parameter given, and that is how your previous example worked, and that parameter for how is inner. That is how your merging is taking place with respect to the data values inside this data frame is determined with the help of how, that attribute. Okay. Now if you have the inner as a common data, data attribute of how, that means you should have a common values, and only the common values are going to be merged. That means revisiting our second example of merge, where you try to do this DF1 and DF3 on equal to B. If you try to give how equal to inner, even if you are not giving how equal to inner, or if you give how equal to inner, in both these cases the merging will take place on the basis of column B. Okay, where only the common data values between DF1 and DF3 will be displayed. That means the same answer which we got for the second merge example will be displayed here. What was this? What was that answer? Here when we consider the common under B, the common values are B0, B1, B3. See, here also you have B0, B1, B3. Here also you have B1, B0, B1, B3. Only those values as we saw in this example. See, this will be displayed. That means how is by default inner. Apart from giving on, you can give one more attribute called as how, and that is by default inner, which says that when you try to merge 2 data frames, only the common data values are displayed. So with or without giving that, this is how the output will be displayed, or this is how the output will be described by merge. Now what if I change that value, the keywords inner? There is a next keyword getting introduced. It is called left. That means I can merge with the keyword left in how. Now what is happening? As the name indicates left, it keeps every row in the left data frame. Now suppose if you try to give DF1, DF3 on B how equal to left, then the answer would be all the different values of the first data frame will be displayed, plus all the common value which you can find from this over here. That means in DF3 whatever common values you have, that will be displayed, but you don't have there B2. So let's see how the output comes. Your output will be displayed like this way. See, 0, 1, 2 and 3 is displayed. So every values of your first data frame is displayed. You can see that, isn't it? Every data frame's value, every value of your data frame 1 is displayed, and when you're displaying that, of course the common values are coming, but where you don't have the common values, what is happening? Yeah, your not a number, NaN is displayed. So DF3's every values are not coming there. DF3 actually you have other values also. That is B4 and B5 values. That values are not displayed. All other values or all other records under DF3 which is actually matching with your DF1 along with the extra values or extra records of DF1 is displayed. I know maybe you will get confused here because it's not that easy to understand. You have to analyze the original data frame and see the output. A0, B0, C0, D0, A8, C8, D8, A1, B1, C1, D1, A9, C9, D9, A2, B2, C2, D2, and that time you don't have actually B2 in DF3. Yes, correct? So there in DF3 the values are displayed as NaN, not a number is coming. Whereas the next one A3, B3, C3, A10, C10, D10 are all displayed again accordingly. So left will make sure that it will merge the left data frame and the right data frame, keeping every record in the left data frame, and whenever you have a missing value in the right data frame, that is a second data frame, there and all you will be actually finding or adding this NaN. That is how it is coming. So the second keyword under the attribute how is explained. The first attribute was inner. Now coming to the third one, that is right. Right merge. So if you have understood left merge, right merge is easy. Now the right merge makes sure that every row or every record in the right data frame is found. It will be merged with the values of your left data frame. Here your left data frame is DF1 and your corresponding right data frame is your DF3. So if I go to this example, here I am not shown that that answer, I think. No, I have. So I have shown the answer. This is it. See, now R2 is equal to PD dot merge DF1 dot DF3 on equal to B and how equal to right. Again based on B. Now we know the common values, isn't it? Apart from the common values, what is displayed here? B0, B1, B3 are the common values in DF1 and DF3. B4, B5 are the values of DF3, but it is not found in DF1. But all the values from DF3 is displayed. See, you can see that. But as you don't have such values in your DF1, there the NaN has coming or NaN is displayed. So how do you merge it? A underscore as B, that is the common value B. Every values of your second, that is your right data frame came under B. B0, B1, B3, B4, B5. Under A underscore X, A0, A1, A3. That is from your corresponding left data frame. There you don't have matching values, for B4 and B5. So NaN is getting displayed. Then similarly C underscore X. Again C0, C1, C3 are found there, but no other matching values are there. Then you have D underscore X. Now till D underscore X, as you know, it's from your left data frame, so wherever you cannot find a matching value, NaN is displayed. Then coming towards your DF3, there of course starting from A8, A9, A10, A11, A12, you have values everywhere matching for B4 and B5. So those values are displayed. I have exactly copy pasted the answer from your Python's run mode to display. That is why this output is coming in this manner, zigzag manner. If I want, I can adjust, but then you won't be able to understand when you try it out. So Basically, this, when I was trying to get the answer properly, I took a lot of time, nearly 1.5 hours to clearly make sure that what's going on in this kind of attributes section of how. So you also requires that much of time. So make sure that you go through it. Don't just close the book and sit after understanding once again. You need to try by yourself and analyze your answers. Now the last one, outer merge. Now inner, by default only common data values are coming. Left, all the values from your left data frame will come. Wherever you have missing value from the right, NaN will be displayed. Right, all the values from your right data frame will come. That is, second one will come, and whenever you have a missing value for the first one, NaN will be displayed. Now outer, as you might have already guessed, it will combine the entire rows of the left and the right data frame. And wherever you don't have a matching value or common value, what will happen? Yeah, definitely NaN will be displayed. So the answer would be combining every row of your DF1 and DF3 respectively. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the index. You have A0, A1, A2, A3, and you don't have a matching value for B4, B5 there. So you put NaN there. Correct? Then you have B0, B1, B2, B3, B4, B5 from both the data frame, and then you have C1, C0, C1, C2, C3. Matching values for B4 and B5 is not found in DF1, so NaN is displayed. D underscore X again, D0, D1, D2, D3. Matching values are not found, so NaN is displayed. Now coming to the next one, where you have your DF3, there A8, A9. Now there is no matching value for B2, correct? So what is displayed? NaN is displayed. Whereas A10, then A11, A12 is there. Similarly, there is no matching value for B2 in any of this sections of DF3. So wherever you have that, A2 is displayed. Now, if this merging is clearly understood, that means you have covered your merge attribute properly. So merge actually takes two attributes. Apart from the data frames which are to be merged, it takes two attributes called as on and how. On attribute takes the column name according to which the merging has to be done. That means the data, that particular column has to be found in both the data frames. If not, you know how to do that. That is already explained with one of the example over here. This one. If there is no matching name for the column, this is how it should come. Left underscore on or right underscore on. But if these two don't have matching data values inside this, definitely there won't be any answer. Okay, that is how we have done in the third example, merge 3. See, and then comes how. What is how doing? How will determine, or it will decide how exactly your merging should be displayed on the screen. That means whether only the common value should be displayed, or the left data frame's entire value with the non-matching values of the second data frame should be displayed. Then whether the second data frame's entire data has to be displayed with some non-matching values of the first data frame, and last one, whether the entire data frame's values of both, whichever we are trying to merge, is to be displayed. So how takes four different parameters: inner, outer, left, right. What is inner? Inner is that is by default, inner is the correct merging where only common values are displayed. I am explaining once again. And what is outer? Every values are displayed. That means from both the data frames, wherever it is non-matching values are there, NaN is going to be displayed. And what is left? Everything from the left, that is your first data frame which is given, will be displayed. And wherever the second data frame has no values for that, NaN will come. Right, the other one, right, everything from the right data frame will be displayed, and wherever you don't have a matching value for the first one, you will end up with giving what? Your NaN. So merging is completely over. Now we have to move on to the next one, but the time limitation for this video has already arrived, so I am not moving further, but I am just going to just show you. That is called join. That means concat, and then you have your merge, and now comes join. So Join we will do it in the next class. So basically understand your merge properly. Once you clearly understand merge, then you can easily cope up with your join. Once we finish these three, then of course you can think about a lot of options to understand these merging, concat and join. Okay, thank you.